factors of custody. So a lot of what she's writing here, there's a lot of inaccuracies with dates, and this thing is just to make the case more complicated. So this is just all the history back and forth over the years, all the history. Factor number one. This is the one of the 16 factors that says which party is more likely to encourage and permit frequent and continuing contact between the child and the parties. So she says father has been held in contempt for failure to transfer custody on June 30th, where father refused to send the child into mother's location based upon the groundless claim that mother's sister was alone in the home when clearly the evidence showed it was the mother who was in the home. Father kept the child from the mother for a period of 6 days. Father's claim that he was trying to protect the child from a molester is baseless. Okay, so it's baseless, but I have two other orders from previous judges. So it's not baseless. These are orders that I'm trying to follow. If you look at episode 34 of my documentary, you can see that this is a complete lie. I was trying to give mom custody. Mom was taking this entire thing as a game, sending laughing emojis, and just will not prove that she was here in the home. Factor number one, she says this factor weighs against father. Number two, the presence of past abuse committed by a party or member of the party's household, whether there's a continued risk of harm or an abused party in which the party can better provide adequate physical safeguards and supervision of the child. Mom's babysitter for all them years is no longer allowed around the child unsupervised. Next thing she's talking about is just allegations from Sadia's mother of times that I put my hands on her. The most that I've ever been charged with is disorderly conduct. Never been charged with putting my hands on her. All the PFA violations and the ones I was found not guilty of. There was never any charges attached to any of the PFA violations. They try to make me sound like such a bad person. But if you go to the history video part 1 and 2 and the episode 14, you could get a deeper look inside what's really going on. Talking about an argument that I had with me and my mom. That's in the history video part 2. Then mother credibly testified that father is mentally abusive, verbally abusive, emotionally and physically abusive. This factor weighs heavily against father. So she's completely ignoring the fact that I'm actually the one being abused. And ever since I asked the courts for text-only communication, I actually have proof of that now, that I'm the one that's being psychologically abused. And I was physically abused a number of times in the past when we were actually together. But on this one, she has discretion. So it's like, okay, I can't argue with that. She did like almost 2 pages on abuse. This is one of their most strategic tactics, is to use domestic violence laws to their advantage in order to take children away from their parents. And to say it's in the best interest of the child, and we're just doing it. We have, the judges have discretion, and we're just doing it just to err on the side of caution, making a lot of money by destroying families and separating families. Here she goes again. She's relitigating a case from 2020, the abuse case from 2020. She says father failed to disclose to CNY Children and Youth that members of his family had babysat the child. The record also shows that father did live with his mother in March of 2020, where she filed a PFA against him and he was evicted. Due to father's failures to disclose who took care of the child in his absence, only mother's side of the family was investigated by CNY. See, so this can all be seen in History Part 2 episode and also in episodes 15 to 24. Judge Tara Toohill is relitigating case, but she's only cherry picking the stuff that fits her false narrative. She's not considering actual facts. She's just considering hearsay, and you can't find anything in the testimony in the records from 2020 or 2021 saying that I didn't disclose who was watching my daughter.